chicken meatballs.
First of all, where'd you get this recipe? You didn't get it from me.
No, I didn't get it from you. It's kind of, I read it in a magazine and then just took all the parts of it that I liked and then took out the parts that I didn't like and kind of made up my own.
So this is good for people who don't want to eat meat.
It's good for people who don't want to eat meat. It's also a recipe that I actually have doubled just because I like to make it in advance, and then I wrap them all up individually once I have them finished. And
Isn't
stick
she
them
a smart daughter-in-law?
in the freezer?
Yes, you are.
Well, they're huge. They're actually like the size of baseballs.
Wow,
So
those are big.
I have made them for a book club night. I make them for people coming over, just because you don't have to feed a lot of them either.
And you can freeze them ahead of time.
So the good part about this too is that 9 times out of 10 you can make these with just stuff that you have in your freezer.
Okay, that's
or
about
fridge
a
or
cup,
pantry.
Jen.
Yeah, that's perfect.
All right,
so I'm going to
good.
get the chicken out.
All
the
right.
Actually, these are turkey because that's what my market had.
Wow, I'll shut the fridge.
Thank you. So again, and this is
Beautiful.
a double recipe. So you know, you could not do this much, but I like to make sure that I make
And
enough.
this is finely ground now.
It's finely
So
ground.
you asked for it finely ground?
Yep, it's dark. It's dark turkey meat. You could do light. You could do mixed. You could do chicken. You could do anything that you want. So I'm gonna just wash my hands once.
Okay.
First.
And so, you know, there's so many kinds of meatballs. That's the thing. Every culture that I've ever read about, their cuisine has some type of meatball. I mean, there's Swedish meatballs, which everybody knows, but the Italians have a lot of different ways to make meatballs too. And Jen is making her favorite meatball for you today.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the turkey.
I have the
I'm
turkey.
intrigued.
Can
What's
you
next?
please crack those eggs for me?
Yes.
So what I like to try to do to make it easier, you could just find the biggest bowl I can find, and I kind of make a little well in the middle in my big bowl.
With that
And
much
then-
meat, you've got to use your hands.
Yeah, it just doesn't work using anything else I found. So these also have spinach in them. So they have that little Florentine aspect.
How many
So
pounds did you say that was? of
This is about 5.
5
This
pounds,
is about
okay.
5. So like I said, you do not need to make this much. And then I just start adding everything in. We've got chopped spinach that I've just drained and really pressed all of the water out of. And there's no, you know, if you don't put everything in an order, it's not a big deal. So it's 1 medium onion chopped finely. You can dump in the
Add
eggs.
the 2 eggs. Looks
2
pretty, doesn't it?
eggs. And
Okay.
again, because this is a double recipe, we've got 6 cloves of garlic, chopped finely.
Okay.
And this is panko, which a lot of the other recipes just call for regular breadcrumbs. I just like the texture of the panko, the Japanese breadcrumbs.
They're very coarse and dry.
They are.
They're almost, they're more crystallized looking, so they hold up nice.
So you can dump
All
those
of this?
in. Yep.
Okay, because
Dump
we've got a
that
lot
in.
of turkey there. All right.
And then you can dump in the Parmigiano Reggiano, which is about 1
Okay,
cup.
1
But you
cup.
could fudge that too if your
Yep.
family likes more. You can do whatever you want. That's a half a cup of milk. You could use cream, you could use soy cream, you could use anything that you want.
You know, a lot of people like to soak the breadcrumbs first in the milk.
And I'm just gonna start mixing all of this together. And I will let you get my hot sauce there too. Whoops.
All right.
And you can use any kind of hot sauce that you want. My girlfriends and I have just come to really love this Chinese type. It's we call it rooster sauce because we have a hard time saying the name
So
of it
you're
on
mixing
top.
cultures today,
I
right?
am a little bit,
of
a
everything.
little bit. I
Okay.
haven't yet found an Italian hot sauce that's quite to my liking yet, but I don't underestimate the ability to do so. So you can just take like a good squirt all the way around.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I may
I
have
think I need
closed
to
that.
take the top
no,
off.
just unscrew the top
A
of it.
little
Well,
bit here.
Okay.
I'm going to do it this way.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
Enough?
Perfect. Oh, oh
Okay,
yes.
All right.
Yep.
Okay.
We're gonna give you the first meatball.
They look. This is going to be really good. Now, are you going to fry these?
No, I just bake them.
Okay,
I just
good.
bake them. So it goes together, even though it seems kind of mountainous when you're using all of those ingredients, it really doesn't take much time to go together, which is what I like about this recipe the most.
Okay, there's the baking sheet. And do we have to lightly grease the baking sheet or not?
I usually just spray it a little bit.
Yes, because I would think you would have to because the turkey is pretty lean.
Yeah. So I just spray it with a little bit of olive oil
But if you were
spray.
doing this with ground chuck, then I wouldn't spray the sheet because there's enough fat in the chuck.
There you
All
go.
right, this is easy because now we're going to bake this at what temperature? I'll put the oven on
400.
for you.
I beat you
400.
to it.
Okay, 400
you
degrees
to it.
preheated, good.
So, and I won't form all of them, but this is just, I put them together pretty loosely, and I want them, I have small hands, but I try to, when I've given this recipe to girlfriends, I try to tell them just, baseball size or to fit nicely, like a snowball right in the palm of your hand.
It does look like a big
So-
snowball. Can I help you?
You may if you'd like.
My hands are
You don't
clean.
have to, but you certainly may.
So I know what the texture of that is.
The only rule I try to stick to is trying to keep them all uniform. If I'm going to make a tray of really big ones, I'll do that. Then if I'm going to make a tray of really, smaller ones, then I'll do that because you just want to make sure that they cook pretty evenly. So
Well, if you're going to eat a meatball, this is a pretty healthy one.
it is a healthy one, and even for people who are suspect about using poultry in meatballs, this usually tricks them. There's enough flavor. The Parmigiano Reggiano gives it a nice saltiness. The spinach gives it a little extra vitamin C, and I think people are usually really surprised. People are usually surprised, and so that's it. Boom, they're all there, and then they just go right into the oven.